Mass shootings in America. It's a headline we're all far too familiar with. When tragedy strikes, it can feel like the end of the world. But what may be even more horrifying is that these senseless acts of violence have become so common in our culture. As the horrific shootings continue to ravage American towns and cities, people are left wondering if there is any solution at all short of immediate legal action or gun control reform. From background checks to extreme laws, what can really make a difference? Hello and welcome to Amuse World. Today's video will explore the solutions to gun violence in more depth and offer our viewers potential solutions for how we can help work towards protecting our communities from gun-related tragedies. But before we continue with our video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for more amazing content. The sobering facts: the United States is not the only country with mental illness, domestic violence, violent video games, or hate-fueled ideologies. But our gun homicide rate is more than 20 times higher than our peer countries. The difference is easy access to guns. Even within the US, states with weaker gun laws and higher gun ownership rates have higher rates of mass shootings. A study found that gun injuries are now the leading cause of death among people under 24 in the United States. A report from Everytown says that there were at least 2,070 unintentional shootings by children under 18 in the U.S. from 2015 to 2020. These shootings led to 765 deaths and 1,366 injuries. Americans are better armed than most other countries. The Small Arms Survey says that about 393 million guns are privately owned in the U.S. That is 120 guns for every 100 Americans. Even though it's hard to know how many guns civilians own because of things like unregistered guns, the illegal trade, and global conflict, no other country has more civilian guns than the U.S. A Gallup poll from October 2022 found that about 45% of U.S. adults live in a household with a gun. So what can be done to prevent gun violence in America? Number 5. Background checks on all gun sales. Background checks are the cornerstone of any comprehensive plan to prevent gun violence. When attempting to purchase a firearm from a licensed gun dealer, federal law mandates that a background check be conducted. This is to ensure that the buyer does not have a legal prohibition against possessing a firearm. While federal law requires background checks for all gun sales by licensed gun dealers, it does not require them for guns sold by unlicensed sellers, such as individuals who sell firearms online or at gun shows. This loophole allows people with felony convictions, restraining orders against domestic abuse, and other prohibitive backgrounds to purchase firearms without question. The loophole should be closed to require background checks on all gun sales, not just licensed gun dealer sales. Number 4. Extreme risk laws must be enacted. Family members and law enforcement are frequently the first to recognize the warning signs when a person is in crisis and considering harming themselves or others. Extreme risk laws, also known as red flag laws, allow loved ones or law enforcement to intervene by petitioning a court to temporarily restrict a person in crisis access to firearms. These laws can help reduce the severity of emergency situations. Extreme risk laws are a proven method for intervening before gun violence, such as a gun suicide or mass shooting, claims more lives. Number 3. Prohibit people with dangerous histories from having guns. People with dangerous pasts shouldn't be allowed to have guns. Under federal law, some people are not allowed to have guns. States also set rules about who is too dangerous to have guns. People who aren't allowed to buy guns by federal or state law will fail a background check if they try to buy a gun from a licensed dealer. Federal law says that convicted criminals, drug users, fugitives, people with mental illness, and abusers can have guns. Even though federal laws apply in every state, they are usually not enforced because state laws don't have the same rules. States should try to fill these gaps left by federal law and set stronger standards. Number 2. Prohibit selling assault weapons. Assault weapons are extremely deadly firearms that are often used in mass shootings. Most of the time, they can fire a lot more bullets and much faster than manual hunting rifles. By making assault weapons illegal, injuries and deaths from mass shootings can be stopped. Between 2009 and 2018, assault weapons caused 25% of deaths and 76% of non-fatal injuries in mass shootings. Currently, only 9 states and the District of Columbia ban assault weapons. Number 1. Prohibit high-capacity magazines. Armed with high-capacity magazines, guns make violent situations much deadlier. High-capacity ammunition magazines, which are usually those that can hold more than 10 rounds, are dangerous and should be banned. The more bullets a shooter can fire before they have to reload, the more damage they can do. Congress and state legislatures should ban high-capacity magazines from stopping gun violence in America from causing so much damage. It's not only the high-profile mass shootings that we must work to prevent, but also the daily death by guns that claim more than 30,000 lives every year. And that brings us to the end of today's video. What do you think about the use of guns? Do you think that stricter laws could help cut down on gun violence? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your time. We'll see you later.